Hi everybody, welcome to Face the Music. Just a little bit of a blog about music that we listened to when we were a little bit younger, and music that we might be listening to now or might want to listen to. So today I thought I'd talk about live music and some really good live bands that I've been to see over the course of my life, which is a really long time. So I don't know if you can see this. Hopefully there won't be too much of a glare. This is just, I've got a few of these up on the wall. These are some tickets from some live music that I've been to see. And this ticket right here, that's the first concert that I ever went to when I was 14, and that was Nazareth at the Fort William Gardens in Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. Never been to a concert before, but couldn't wait to go. And something else of some note is this one that's getting pretty faded by the sun now, and that was Kiss, that I went to see in 1979 in Duluth, Minnesota, which is a place very near where I grew up in Thunder Bay. And so I thought I'd start out with Huey Lewis and the News, which was a band, that was my first road trip that I went on with friends to go and see a band. And there's the ticket stub for that one, actually. And that was July 22nd, 1984. And again, that was in Duluth, Minnesota. But the first time when I went to see Kiss, that was because I was there with my parents. And so I went to see Kiss on my own when I was about 14 or something, and or 15. And this one was a road trip purposely to go down with a bunch of friends and see Huey Lewis and the News, which was heaps of fun. And you know what? They just play some feel-good, happy music, don't they? So kind of bebop-y, and at the time he wore a suit and a tie, and I thought, well, this guy doesn't really look like a pop star, but it was pretty good music anyways. So that's why I've got a little bit of that playing. And of course we'll remember him from Back to the Future as well. Okay, now I'm going to move on to a 90s band, probably late 80s, early 90s. Saw them live for the first time just a couple of years ago, and it was the 20th, and a few years ago, 20th anniversary concert for the album Pocketful of Kryptonite, and that's the Spin Doctors. And that was at the Jazz Cafe in London, and my husband and I went to see them, and we were blown away by how good they were. The guitarist was amazing. The stuff that was coming out of that guitar was incredible. Let me just play it, actually, rather than just talking about it. Come on. There we go. And they just went through and they played the whole album from start to finish in the order of the album. And it was really good. It's such a tiny, small venue, because my husband and I, we both kind of think the same way about this. We don't really like big stadium shows. We've been to some, we've both been to them together and before we knew each other. But it's just so much nicer if you can see it somewhere small and tiny, and you don't have to watch it on the screen from the back. Now I'll move on to something a little bit more recent, the noughties, and that's a band called Snow Patrol that we've seen a couple of times. Actually, we saw them at the O2 in London, so that was a big sort of stadium concert, and they were really good live. And then we saw them again a couple of years ago at an acoustic show. And again, really good, consistently really good. Highly recommend if you want to go and see some live music, check out Snow Patrol. They're really good. And I'll just play a little bit of this song because you'll recognize Snow Patrol from this song because it was really huge at the time.
We'll do it all, everything.
They have lots more really good music, by the way.
Don't need anything or anyone.
And I just want to move on to another song by Snow Patrol that is sort of my favorite. I just wanted to play that because that one everyone really seems to know.
All this feels strange and untrue, and I won't waste a minute without you. My bones ache, my skin feels cold,
And that's a song called Open Your Eyes by Snow Patrol. Again, really good band.
the anger swells in my guts, and I won't feel these slices and cuts. I want so much
And
to open your
I'll just let this play a little bit more.
eyes, to look
You might recognize this bit.
Tell me that you'll open your eyes.
So I just want to talk about one other artist today, and that is Pete Doherty. Really well known in England. Outside of England, probably not as well known. We saw him, he's been in two different bands. Initially a band called The Libertines with a friend of his, and then he, when they split up, he formed a band called Baby Shambles. And you might know him outside of the UK as the guy that Kate Moss was going out with maybe about 7 or 8 years ago, and everyone was going, what is she doing? Anyway, but he is hugely talented. My husband and I went to see him, and it was just him with an acoustic guitar up on stage for an hour and a half, and he was awesome. This is The Libertines, a song by The Libertines. I don't have anything of just him on his own. This goes on for quite a bit, the intro of this song. I might just skip ahead a little bit. Again, the English guitar. Love it. And this is Baby Shambles' Delivery. Anyway, he's really good. He's just very, very talented. I think he's got a few drug issues, but very, very talented guy. Might want to go and see him soon. Anyway, enjoy. You can go check those out for yourself in a little more detail. And again, I don't have the copyright to these songs. I don't own the copyright. The copyright rests with the copyright holder. So please don't steal music. Buy all your music. Thanks for watching. See ya.